It's the perfect time to be transformed. I'm Mike Morrison, pastor of Christ Community Fellowship in Parkersburg, West Virginia, with 2 minutes of insight and inspiration. Welcome to 2 Minute Transformation. Who said transformation was going to be easy? Paul tells us it's going to be a battle, and if I failed to point that out, then I will have utterly failed indeed. Ephesians 6:10, Paul says, "Be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might." Get ready now, because this isn't going where you might expect. If we're going to experience real transformation, it's going to require strength. Only the strongest clay is fit for the finest potteries. As God, the skillful potter, molds us into a vessel of honor, we mustn't forget we were chosen by an artisan to become a thing of beauty. The strength required for transformation comes from a place you might not have anticipated. Nehemiah reminds us that the joy of the Lord is our strength. I'm a sucker for the pottery shops when we go out to our property in Branson, Missouri. Every piece is unique, but they all bear the same quality no matter the shape, color, or style. They are all a reflection of the artist's joy. It's that reflected joy that makes pottery so fascinating to me. Last year we sat and watched a young woman work on her wheel, and you could see the skill without a doubt, but in her eye was the light of pure joy. That joy controlled her every subtle motion and was translated onto the clay. With the slightest pressure and a fluid upward sweep of her loving hands, the clay danced upward and began to take shape. Any flaw was smoothed out or simply cut away. The integrity of the clay wasn't compromised by her careful working of her fingers, but it was rather enhanced. Psalm 16:11 tells us that in God's presence is fullness of joy. Now that tells me exactly where to find the strength and power Paul was speaking of to the Ephesians. It's in His presence. It's there we find the joy of God that is translated into the slump of clay that is us to create an enduring treasure that is strong and as unique as any piece you'll find sitting in an artisan's studio. Tomorrow I want to share more with you about the transforming joy of God, but until then, be transformed.